Hi guys, I had a bit of a December album session today, so here's what I made. First up, I had this photo, another one of those sort of bokeh photos that I had taken of some lights, and I decided to make a wee filler page, and so all I'm doing is writing out a quote in a whole pile of different thickers. So I just found the tiniest little ruler I could find just to try and make sure it was somewhat straight. And I did have the idea that at least that way I would be able to try and get it in the middle. But that was an epic fail too, so never mind. And so I'm using 3 different kinds of thickers, and I'm gonna spell out "'Tis the season to be jolly." Fa la 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 la. That's 8 la's. That's 8 A's and 8 L's. So I had to be somewhat strategic about which thickers I was going to use for what, because I didn't want to have to buy 2 packets of thickers just to do the la's. So here you can see I did have to pull off some of them to try and get it in the center again. But they came off reasonably easy. And now I'm just going to carry on doing the rest. So it's hard to see on camera, but those white alphas are glittery, so they are sparkly as well. And then I've got the metallic gold, glitter font down the bottom, and the corrugated card ones at the top there. And that's that filler page all finished. And so this one here, I knew that at some point this year, either myself or Jane would have some sort of anti-Christmas moment, and it turns out it was me. So this page is just to document that it was at a staff Christmas do. I had a really crap day, and I so was not feeling it. But I did manage to take this photo. So I knew that I would be using this acrylic piece from Colorcast Designs on here. And I wrapped some twine around, I've just changed the photo to black and white and then wrapped this twine around it. And I did have some difficulty trying to get this acrylic piece to stick because the twine was so thick. And so I've just used my mouse pad so that I've got some sort of like pressure to push it down while it sticks. And I didn't want to hold that all on camera, so I took it away and put a pot plant on top of it, and it actually worked fine. And on the other side, I'm just adding this little 3x8 insert, and I've typed my journaling onto it, and I'm just going to add the same red thread at the top, and then a chipboard sticker, and I think that's from the Kelly Perky mini kit from last year. So I just made my own little 3x8 pocket. I just used my fuse tool to cut down a 6x8 pocket. And it is a little bit tight. I didn't really measure properly, but it still works. And I'm just adding one tiny little stamp down the bottom from Feed Your Craft in the same sort of minty green colour as the Bar Humbug. So that's that spread all done. Here's a super simple spread that I did on the other side of that. So I'd already done my journaling on my photo in Photoshop before I printed it out, and all I'm doing is adding a cheer stamp from the Mary Joy set from Kelly Stamps, and I printed out this card from Push Print Studios for the bottom. And then on the other side, I'm just going to make a wee insert to go on the other side of that 3x8, just listing my Christmas presents. So this year, well, most years, I only buy presents for very few people, and I usually get them all from one shop. There's this really great shop just up the road from where I live, and I went there and I spent like 30 minutes just picking out cool stuff for everyone that was getting a present this year. And so I just wanted to write a quick list of what I got everybody. So I did make a tiny mistake and I stuck all those embellishments onto the card before I put it through the typewriter, which did make it somewhat awkward. The typing is a little bit weird, but it still works fine. And so all I'm doing on top of that is just adding a title with some of these silvery glittery figures. I totally love this like pink and silver combo. It's really pretty. It's not quite the same pink as the push print card, but I think it still works anyway. This one's super simple too. After I bought all of my presents in one go, I then wrapped all my presents in one go. I did save this little piece of wrapping paper, so I used all the same papers and all the same ribbons for all of the presents. And so I thought I would save a little bit, and I'm just gluing it onto a card so it's a bit more sturdy. And then I'm going to wrap that card in the same ribbon that I used to wrap all the presents. So it's basically just an example of what all my wrapping was like this year. And I'm totally cheating, and I'm just going to washi tape it onto the back so it looks like it's wrapped, but it's not actually. I did manage to do the ribbon upside down, but I'm not concerned. So again, I'm using the stamp set from Feed Your Craft, and I'm just going to stamp this no peeking onto this wee tag. And I'm going to glue that down, but first I want to wrap a little bit of twine around it so it looks like it's tied on. But of course, while I was doing that, smudged the ink. So I'm going to give that one more go on the other side and stick that down really carefully without touching the wet ink. You could always let it dry first, but I was never going to wait that long. And that's that page finished. Next up, I have to document this. I do it every year. It's my favorite Christmas movie. It's Elf. I always watch it while I'm wrapping my presents, and so I always have to put an Elf page in. So I'm going to go with a green theme this year, which is a bit unusual for me. Green is not my favorite color, but it worked so well with these little photos that I had pilfered off Google. And I'm just using these green papers. So one's a glitter paper that I bought in a really cheap glitter paper pad, and the other two are from that same Kelly Perky kit. And I glued them together because I'm going to do my stamping and some titles on there. So I just stuck them together to start off with, so it was a little bit easier. And so I've got this stamp. I think it was from Kaiser Craft. I got it a few years ago, but it's a quote from Elf, and I love it. So I'm just stamping that, and I'm being really careful not to stamp it over top of the split. So you'll see when I pull it apart here, half the stamp is on one square and half is on the other. And I'm going to do the same sort of thing with this. And I thought I would use these gold thickers for it, but it actually looks better on camera than it did in real life, but you could hardly see them on the green. So I decided to peel them off and use these yellow ones instead. It sort of goes more with his outfit too, so that worked out nicely. And again, I'm just splitting them over the gap. So the E is on one square and the L and the F is on the other. And then I'm going to use that same set from Feed Your Craft just to stamp holiday traditions. And so the stamp actually says Happy Holidays, and so I decided to cut off the happy. I know that will make some people scream, but they fit together really nicely again. It's never a problem. I do it all the time. And that way I get the sentiment I want, which is holiday traditions. And then I just needed a little something extra, so I'm going to use the last three of these colour cast wood veneer trees and just stick them around the page too. So I'm going to stick two on a couple of the glitter pieces and one just beside my title. And that's that page done. This is the last page I did today, and it's just going to be super simple. It's just the back side of that 2x2 square page. So I've got 2 square photos and I'm gonna split them up just to fit in the pockets. And I sort of hadn't cropped this one of my dad very well. I didn't really want to split the photo down the middle of his face, but I thought, I don't really have any option. And in the end, it's not that bad, but I usually try to avoid cutting people's faces in half. And then I thought, shall I shuffle them around? But actually I preferred it the way I had it. And I'm just using this black and copper foiled paper with little Christmas trees, and also this wee wood veneer from Colourcast Designs. And then I felt like it needed something else, so I wanted to add a few more wood veneer in, and I was gonna stick with a circle theme. And so I'm just shuffling around through my wood veneers trying to find some to add in, and in the end I went for arrows and little wood veneer sequins. So I'm just spreading them around again, making a visual triangle, and then I'm just going to glue them down. And that's that one all done. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see more, there's a couple more process videos on screen. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye!